Hi everybody. Hi, Uncle Joe here. I like my hat. I like your hat too. Who shall separate you from the love of Christ, Uncle Joe? Well, problems can, being ticked on, stress and stuff like that. Sometimes that can be like a roadblock on your faith walk, and you got to figure out whether you want to turn around and go away or pray and ask God to give you another way to get to it. That's very good because that's what our story is about today. Roadblocks? There was a paralyzed man back in the day when Jesus had his earthly ministry. Yeah. And he loved God, but he was paralyzed. Yeah, so he couldn't walk, right? He's just kind of stuck, right? And Jesus was preaching at Peter's house. Yeah, Peter. And they had lots of people there, I heard. Yeah, they did. The house was full, and there were people overflowing outside. Yeah, and they were blocking the doorway, you see. And the paralyzed man couldn't get to see Jesus. That he is determined to see Jesus. He really was. So he got Thor of his friends, to help carry him. That's what faith is about people helping each other out, carrying each man's burden. Yeah, and so they tried to go in the door. Of course, the door was full of people, so they couldn't do that, blocked. So they tried something else. They said, oh, we've got to think outside the box here. So they climbed up on the roof, way up on the roof. and they cut a hole in the roof. Back in those days, they had dried clay slabs, not wood like they have today in shingles. And they cut a big hole there, and the Thor men, they lowered the paralyzed man down there, and Jesus noticed it, and he was impressed. He was impressed, because of their faith. Imagine that. And back in the day, a lot of people thought if you had something wrong with you, then you had sin in your life. And so to set the record straight, Jesus said, son, your sins are forgiven. So his sins were forgiven first. Right. And then the scribes are there. Oh, they didn't like that. They were mad, They said, who does this guy think he is, Only God can forgive sins, Yeah. And what did Jesus do? Throw him a tomato? No, he didn't do that. He did something even better than that. He said, just so you know that I have the power to forgive sins, I'm going to tell this paralyzed man right now, rise up and walk. Pick up your bed and walk and go home. And what happened? He did. Imagine that. The scribes must have been sitting there going, what's going on here? Anyway, so that's what he did. And so it just goes to show you, folks, nothing can separate you from the love of Christ if you got the love of Christ in your heart. Yeah. Selah. Meditate on that.